it turned out to be true. Sony is making a Super Smash Bros. Clone, and it's called PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Now, it was previously known as Title Fight. I guess that was kind of like its code name for it or whatever. But it is coming out, and it's going to be slated for this coming holiday season, which is pretty nice for all PS3 owners who have been wanting to play something that was a lot like Super Smash Bros. Now, besides the fact that there's going to be tons of people wanting to go and argue and bicker over the fact that, yes, it is a Super Smash Bros. Clone and a blatant ripoff, but here's the thing. You aren't going to see any Sony-branded characters jump ship and pop up on Super Smash Bros. That's just a fact. It's direct competition, so it'll never happen, which is really unfortunate because there's a lot of characters that I would like to see show up, and that's one of the main reasons why I want to make this video. I want to go and compile a list, just a random list I started thinking about of Sony-branded franchises, games, and everything, and characters, and, you know, just make a nice list of characters that I would like to see show up in this, whether they're playable from the get-go or they're unlockable. Regardless, this is my list of characters I would like to see show up in the game. Jaster Rogue from Rogue Galaxy. Cole McGrath from Infamous. Commandeer Robert from Jumping Flash. Gabriel Logan from Siphon Filter. Vaughn from Legend of Legaia. Toby and Karen from Kung Fu Rider. Ellen and Keats from Folklore. Dart Feld from Legend of Dragoon. Sir Daniel Fortesk from Medieval. Ari and Stan from Okage Shadow King. Rudy Rough Knight from Wild Arms and Wild Arms Alter Code F. Jack McReady and Scarlet Blake from Dead Nation. Jan D'Arc from, well, Jan D'Arc. So that's some of the random characters that I would like to see show up from the PlayStation branded franchise and all the other happy stuff. But the thing is, you know, beyond just like the PlayStation neck of the woods and the Sony branded characters and franchise and yada 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 yada, there's tons of other franchises out there and third-party developers and publishers and stuff that have characters that we could be like, oh, let's go and pick from here, and I'd just make a quick call, be like, hey, Konami, how you doing there? So I was just wondering, you got that one real badass character, Pyramid Head, would you mind just putting him in a fighting game? You know, he just rips people's fucking flesh off and tosses it around, drags his sword around, and does like super heavy attacks, and, you know, his rape blade, he's all like, rape, rape, rape. And they're all like, sure, but you gotta pay us. And they're like, lol, lol, okay, here's some money, it'll be wired to you immediately. And that's it. I don't know how their fucking conversations really go, but I like to think that's what they do and everything, and they also say rape blade at some point, so yeah. There you go. But, you know, just imagine all the different third-party characters that could show up in it, you know, beyond the fact that we could go and put Pyramid Head in the game. I mean, I think about a million other characters. I mean, you know, Super Smash Bros., they had Solid Snake, and Solid Snake was really awesome to see just, like, pop up out of the box during the very first trailer I ever saw him. I was like, oh, Solid fucking Snake! Oh! Well, with Revengeance coming out, what if they had, like, Cyborg Ninja rape everything fucking super-duper combo Raiden show up? So he could pop up in that, or what if they got Dante from Devil May Cry to show up in the game? It just imagine all the crazy shit that could happen if they just started, like, picking characters from everywhere. It would get out of hand. Especially when you see, like, a character running around like Sweet Tooth and everything, because, I mean, they have Sweet Tooth, and they have a Fat Princess, and they got Kratos and stuff. Like, okay, you have Sweet Tooth and Kratos, you know, fighting Fat Princess. That's one of the reasons why I kind of like the idea of this, to be honest, because it's just a real fucked up assortment of characters. So, to me, this is plenty amusing. I see Ratchet and Clank going, fighting Sly Cooper, fighting Jak and Daxter, fighting Kratos? Kratos, weren't you just in Mortal Kombat? Now you're over here, but that works out really well. And, you know, I also mentioned Cole McGrath, which is pretty interesting considering he's in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So he showed up in there, and now he'll be showing up in this more than likely. It would make a ton of sense considering he is a Sony branded character. If he didn't, I'd just be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But anyway, you know, it is kind of exciting to think about stuff like this. And like I said, all the fanboy stuff, just comment the fuck down. All we're talking about is what characters you would actually like to see in it. And that's the truth. What characters would you like to see from all the Sony branded franchises that there are from PS1, PS2, PS3, PSP, and Vita? That's a lot of shit to go and cover the ground of. And that's, whenever I was making my list, I was just thinking, I was just like, wow, there's a lot of stuff to go through. And, you know, I picked a lot of main characters from the franchises. I didn't even, like, delve into, you know, all the supporting cast and villains and things like that. So that's a whole bunch of other characters that you could go and bring in. I mean, just imagine if you start bringing characters from Final Fantasy. Though I kind of doubt that because they have the Dissidia series and everything, but, you know, money talks. Plus, they are pretty close with the whole Final Fantasy VII thing, so you never know. Might see Cloud or Sephiroth show up. If they do, I can assure you 100% they'll be like fangasms everywhere and just mopping up semen and just fuck people plastered up against walls and shit. Just be like, that was a lot of fucking pressure coming out of your wing wang. Fuck. And it's just like, damn. Didn't think we were gonna get this kind of reception and reaction from everybody. Kudos to us. But anyway, so what characters would you like to see show up in the series? Jot them down in the comments section, or if you want to make a video response talking about them, that's fine too. So regardless, whether anybody likes it or not, we are getting a game on PS3, and it'll probably show up on Vita, I can imagine, of a whole bunch of PlayStation branded characters just duking out and knocking each other's testicles up into their throat and giving them 3 Adam's apples and giving them black eyes, knocking out teeth and all the fucking happy horse shit. Regardless, what characters do you want to see? This, as always, is Alpha Omega Sin. Nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on. Just imagine, in a perfect gaming world, and I'm just theorizing this, just imagine if it would happen though. Okay, we have Super Smash Bros. Obviously gonna keep kicking ass and taking names in the fucking Nintendo camp, and imagine if the PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale does really well and it continues as a franchise and everything and does really fucking awesome. Just imagine if they decide, you know what, why don't we call a truce and combine together. I mean, we've had Capcom versus SNK and SNK versus Capcom. We've had Street Fighter cross Tekken. We're going to have Tekken cross Street Fighter. So just imagine if we had dun 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 Super Smash Bros. Versus PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. Boom! The biggest clusterfuck of, like, gaming goodness ever. And imagine if they just start, like, picking a whole bunch of third-party characters and then just tossing them in for fun. You know, have fucking Ryu and Ken thrown in from Street Fighter, and, I don't know, just have, like, a bunch of Resident Evil characters tossed in, just have Solid Snake tossed in, because, I mean, fuck it, why not? There, have fucking Raiden tossed in. And just seriously, think about all the characters that they could go and toss in for, just for fucking fun. And, you know, Sony's got tons of characters, Nintendo's got tons of characters. I just imagine, I'm like, my fucking god, that would be so many. And it would be awesome. That would make me really fucking happy just to see, like, all that stuff happening. But regardless, you know, it probably won't ever happen, but if it did, I can assure you 100%, it would have all my money. It would. Money just be flying out of my pockets. I'd be like, no, money! Oh, wait, I'm getting that. Oh, okay, well, that's cool. It can keep flying at. That's kind of freaky to see, though. It's just flying away right into your cash register. That's something. Aren't you fucking freaked out by it? You see that all the time. That's fucking weird. Wow. You should really just write a autobiography about it. That's I don't like this feeling. It tickles a little. It just I felt a 20 graze my nuts there for a sec. You know, like pocket pull, but just you're throwing me out. Okay, all right. See, yeah. But regardless of all that fucking silly bullshit, it would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? You have to admit, if it did happen, you'd be like, I think I'll pay attention to this, because that'd be awesome. But regardless, yep, it probably won't ever happen, because they're bitter enemies. Anyway, I just wanted to go and throw it out there. Bye!